Hello, everyone. As an author, do I ever make up words? Because believe it or not, quite a few authors have made up words in the past, including Shakespeare, who supposedly coined perhaps even a few percentage points of words in the English language, the words that we use today that were not very common in his time. And also, if you look up certain words that authors use in books and you try to into Google, for example, and you see who else used them, sometimes the word can only be found in that author's book. So it is prudent and acceptable at times for an author to make up words. Now, I don't personally think it's a good idea to make up a word that doesn't sound like a word at all, that just sounds like gibberish. But sometimes I will create a variation of a word that in some cases I think exists but doesn't. For example, you have the word pantomime, but I wrote a word once, pantomization, which basically has to do with facial expression. Which pantomization to me sounds like a word, even though it isn't. But I couldn't really think of a better way of describing something. So I used the word pantomization because I think it's very clear. My meaning is very clear there. So yes, I do think that you can make up words if it's a variation of of a word that actually does exist, or sometimes you won't be able to find a plural equivalent of a certain word. So therefore, you have to create a plural equivalent of a word, even though it might not be common within dictionaries or English usage. So yes, I do think it can be appropriate at times for authors to make up words as long as they sound like they could be an actual word.